Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another unboxing for the Versus System 2-player card game. The marble sets. These are Deadpool and Friends and Enemies. As a little subtitle. So this is the first set when they started their new issue format. So the boxes all come like this. So they have what volume it is. This is Volume 1, Issue 1. And there's generally three sets, 3 issues per volume. Sometimes they're bigger box sets called giant size issues, and they usually kind of work as sort of like a starting point for newer players. So like every couple of sets they'll do a giant issue. They did it for like the Utopia battles and Fantastic Four. It's a good way for them to either introduce brand new teams, so you get a bunch of cards for new teams, and again, as a good starter set. Since this is the first one that came out after the other one, there's no new teams in here. But it starts off the first appearances. And these are all X-Men based sets in here, so on the side of the box it also lets you know. 3-part series. First appearance arc features the most important thing to happen in Marvel Comics ever. Me, bravo. Good you folks at Upper Deck for delivering what you want, and I dare say need. Now please deliver this to your wallet and to the register. So that's just Deadpool going off. And there's nothing extra special on the back. I think some of the later boxes tell you what sets are all in there. And a little bit about the set. Yeah, so this is all going to be an X-Men themed set. To go with the rest of them, because we had, Avenger theme and Defender theme, big box sets. With and some of the other ones. So this is going to give us a bunch of X-Men characters. So this specifically will give us Deadpool characters, and we're not actually going to get any X-Men. Deadpool and his friends and enemies are Underworld characters. So that's even more fun, because you get X-Men adjacent characters, but they're not listed under X-Men. So here's his level 1 card. 6 health, 2 attack, 4 defense, he has range. So it says, whoa, why is that guy so big? Level up 12. When an enemy supporting character appears, Deadpool gains XP equal to that character's total attack, defense, and health. Yeah, so he could level up fairly quick depending on how fast your opponent plays stuff. Then he levels up to 2. He jumps up to 4 attack and 6 defense and 6 health. And hold on. What does that guy do? Level up 6. When an enemy supporting a character appears, Deadpool gains 1 XP for each power it has, including flying and ranged. And then most characters just have level 1 and 2. They did start to introduce level 3 characters for a few. And Deadpool is going to be one of those characters that, of course, is going to get one. So it says, wait, how much is that guy? Level up 8. An enemy supporting character appears, Deadpool gains XP equal to its cost. So his health stays the same. It stays at 6 all the way through. Fairly consistent. But then he gains 6 attack, 8 health. And then finally, he actually is going to get level 4, which very few characters have. I think Professor X might have one, and so I might not be sure. I know Logan in a later set has one. Level 4 cards actually increase their health by 1. 8 and 10 attack and defense. They're usually like pretty crazy effects, but it's going to take you a long time to get there. And you can only use a level 4 if you have a level 3 card that levels up. And the same thing, you can only do level 3 if you have a level 2 card that levels up. So if for some reason they print a different Deadpool, he'll probably have the same artwork, but he'll have level 1 and 2. And his level 2 might not level up to 3, so then you can't use 3 and 4. Says, I'm taking over for these idiot designers. Main, this power has different effects depending on how many times you've used it. 1, nerf a character. 2, errata a character. And 3, ban a character. Hey kids, Designer Deadpool here. Nerfing, errating, and banning is hard work. I'm too tired to explain it all here. Meet me in the rule sheet, and I'll fill you in. So, we are going to jump into the rule sheet and look at what that does, if I can find them. Alright, so there's a lot of different stuff on this rule sheet. Mentioning different character cards, all that. There's always the deck list. But here's the deal. I designed so much, I made up a new game character. Nerf. Name a character for the rest of the game, supporting characters with that name on enemies' player sides and enemies' hands, decks, and KO piles are 0-1 with 1 health, and nothing can ever change that. So basically making them super weak. Errata. Name a character card for the rest of the game, supporting characters with that name on enemy players' sides and enemies' hands, and KO piles lose and cannot gain powers including flight and range. And Ban. Name a character and choose a number. Put all supporting characters with that enemy name on enemy sides into their owner's hands. For the rest of the game, supporting characters on that name and deck have... Okay, indicate if cost equal to the chosen number, and nothing can ever change that, except banning it again. You know, the old saying, if you really, really hate a card, ban it twice. Any effects to increase or decrease when enemy player pays to recruit a banned card are ignored. So quick tips. If you steal a character with one of those effects, it will stop working because it's not an enemy character anymore. Yay. However, it goes back to an enemy's side, the effects turn on again. Boo. When you ban a character, you can always name any number you want, even a million, bazillion. Try it. It's fun. If someone else tries to tell you this isn't really how nerfing, erratating, and banning works, you just take your katana and do some development on them, if you know what I mean. Alright, so that's just kind of a little fun thing. It's Deadpool. They put him in a game. He kind of has to break the rules a little bit. Alright, so we do have a second ally, main character, is we have Evil Deadpool. So this is a character that's made up from discarded scraps of Deadpool. Merc with an evil mouth. Main. Evil characters on your side are evil lethal this turn. They would defend a supporting character, KO it, and laugh evilly. Made from discarded body parts. Level up 5. Whenever a player discards one or more character, Evil Deadpool gains XP. Alright. So then we have level 2. So it keeps his main ability. And then it's like you, but eviler. So put a good character from an enemy KO pile on your side. It is evil instead of good and has evil in its at the start of its name. Example, Evil Iron Man. And one of the rules states that means you can also have a regular Iron Man and an evil Iron Man on your team at the same time. But you wouldn't be able to turn a regular Deadpool on your side from your opponent's side into Evil Deadpool, because you already control Evil Deadpool. So just a little oddball fact. Alright, then the third character. So usually these cards come with about 2 to 3 mains, and we're going to get a third one. We're going to get one X-Men. We're going to get Colossus, so he links into the... this was at the time of the Deadpool movie being released or so. So he ties into that. Which is fine, we can always use more X-Men. Switch to Armor 4, level up 1. When a Colossus gains an attack, if his attack is 6 or higher, he gains 1 XP. So he starts with pretty low stats at 3-3, but then he beefs up to a 6-6. Has Fastball Special. Choose another character on your side. It has Flight and +3/+3 till the next time it attacks this turn. If it is Wolverine, it gets an additional 3-3. And then revert to Flesh. When Colossus loses attack, if his attack is 5 or less, he becomes a 1-1. So yeah, like some of these mechanics where they bounce back and forth are kind of fun. Alright, now we're going to jump into supporting characters. Every supporting character there, unless otherwise notified, have 4 copies of, so I'm not going to pull up 4 of each card. But there are 4. Lots of these are either enemies of Deadpool, sometimes friends of Deadpool, or they're the mercs with the mouth organization he made. Mercs for Money. Sorry, that's who it was. So you got Solo, who's also a Spider-Man character, usually, sometimes. Solidarity. Solo can't team attack. Go solo. When a character on your side solo attacks, put a 1/1 counter on them. We have Hit Monkey. Mercenary. Hit Monkey can team attack with any main character. Monkeying around. Creatures on your side get +2/+2. Slapstick. Mercenary can team attack with any main character. And Cartoon Indestructibility. When Slapstick gets KO, put him in his owner's hand. And we have a bad guy. We have Ajax. Tough. When Ajax gets stunned, you may recover him. He still gets wounded. And then Ajax can only be KO'd by fatal wounds at the end of the turn. This power remains on while Ajax is stunned. So yeah, you have 6 attack and 3 defense. So there's some good attack. But he's going to die kind of quick, but he has some ways to get around that. Then we have Copycat. So this is Vanessa Carlisle. So if you watch the Deadpool movie, that was kind of the whole thing with his girlfriend being Vanessa. Is everyone's like, comic book fans at least, like, oh, is that she going to become Copycat somehow in this movie? She unfortunately didn't. But who knows what they might do by Deadpool 3. Genetic Metamorph. When another supporting character appears on your side, Copycat gains printed powers until another supporting character appears on your side. So yeah, she can shapeshift and copy abilities, which is really cool. Then we have Massacre, who's basically Spanish Deadpool. So Mercenario, I cannot speak this right. Mercenario, which is basically mercenary. Not basically, it's mercenary. And then Letal, which is lethal. So it's if he does damage to a character, he KOs them. Which is also funny because, so here's our rule book. So they have like Ajax explaining how pain tolerance works. So it says he can only be KO'd by fatal wounds at the end of the turn. Any fatal wounds he has at least as many as his health. So he can have any amount of wounds, but won't actually get KO'd till the end of the turn. Just explain it. And then Massacre, they just put it in Spanish, which doesn't help you if you can't speak Spanish. So see right there. Si no hablo español, traiga su. Yeah, I'm not gonna try that. Basically, I think that says if you don't speak Spanish, here's the translation: is a mercenario is equal to mercenary, and letal is equal to lethal. But again, if you can't read Spanish, that doesn't help you. Yeah, Massacre is the Deadpool of Mexico. Yeah, I just found that funny. Like, hey, here's explaining his card, and then they put it in Spanish. Alright, and we got Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Going nuclear. When attacking supporting characters, KO Negasonic Warhead, KO that attacker. Then we got Deadpool. Kill the Marvel Universe. Main, pay one of the pay all 4 of them, KO all other Marvel supporting characters. And Marvel will always have the symbol on the bottom, as opposed to like 90% of this game is Marvel, but there is Aliens. There's Alien set, there is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and there is X-Files. Those would be the 3, and then I think the Cinematic Universe cards have a different logo. They might not. I have to double check that. Alright, then we also have Phantom X. One of a kind. So there's only 1 copy of him in the deck instead of 4. You might have one of these cards in your deck. Cloning Error. Reaction, pay a yellow. When Phantom X is KO'd on an enemy player's turn, remove him from the game. Then his owner puts a cluster, Phantom X, and Weapon 13 token onto his side. So this kind of mimics the comic books when he does die at one point. He becomes 3 different characters. So he's a 5/5 normally. he becomes, so they have supporting token up there, so it's a difference, it doesn't stay in your deck. So it becomes a 3/3. Fearless, when attacking a main character, this character strikes with double attack. It can become Cluster, which is a female part of him. Noble, when defending, this character strikes with double her attack. Also a 3/3. And then it becomes like the violent side of him, which is like the opposite, but is black instead of white. Violet, when attacking a supporting character, this character strikes with double his attack. So that's kind of fun. And then finally, our last supporting character is Shikla, Deadpool's wife, or at least was. Immortal, when Shikla gets KO'd, you may shuffle her back into your deck. Eternal Bliss, at the start of your build phase, you may choose a character from your KO pile and put it into your hand. If it's Deadpool, put him onto your side instead. Alright, then we're going to get some plot twists. So we have Break the Fourth Wall. Again, one of a kind, so in one per deck. This one says, you may enter the game as a supporting character. Put a me token onto your side. If it gets stunned, KO, or otherwise lose play, you don't lose the game. And here's the me token, which has me. And it costs, one cost, 1 health right now. It says leader. Well, you are team attacking. You choose the defender, who the defender strikes back against, so you can have them basically avoid you. Pick a team, any team. As you appear, choose a team affiliation, and you have it. Age ain't nothing but a number. Your attack and defense are equal to your age. So if you're 39, you're a 3/9. If you're 113, you can be 11/3 or 1/13. Your choice. And if you're 30, well, wait till your birthday. And they say that because if you're 30, you would be a 3 attack, 0 defense. If you have 0 defense, you are stunned. And they kind of point that out in here as well. In the instruction, I'm not going to go over the instructions for all the characters unless they need to. But we'll count it. So it says, how do you prove your age? If you're at a tournament, you'll need an ID with a birthday. If you don't have one, we'll just pretend you're 11, which makes you a 1/1. There's just kind of different power levels for different players. Isn't that ages? Great question. Think about it this way. Yes. What happens if I'm 29 and tomorrow's my birthday and it turns midnight in the middle of the game? It says you'll become a 3/0 and get stunned. Isn't that kind of stupid? Play faster next time. I feel like you're not taking that serious. That's not a question. Yeah, it's a little bit jokey there. But yeah, it's sort of fun. Alright, then we do have 4 copies of this plot twist. We have Mercs for Money. It says Combat. Choose an Underworld attacker. This combat gets +3 attack, +0 defense. When it stuns an enemy, draw a card. When you do something, you get paid for it. Then the final card we're going to get is a one-of-a-kind equipment. Chimichanga. There's 1 copy of this as well. I just love saying it. Main, pay 1, pay the 4, or say Chimichanga, 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 Chimichanga. Put 4 +1/+1 counters on equipped character. Yeah, so that's kind of fun as well, and there was a little bit of rules about that. Deadpool's favorite deep fried burrito has 2 different costs. Use a superpower. You may choose which cost to pay for. You can't combine. For example, you couldn't pay energy and knowledge and then say Chimichanga twice. That would be madness. So you can't pay. So you have to pay all 4, or say Chimichanga. But you can't pay for 2 of them and then say Chimichanga like twice. Yeah, kind of a hard ability maybe kicked off, but 4/4 is really good. Alright, so that will be the Deadpool set. Such a full deck of cards. These little mini sets are always fun because you can just pick this up, pull, it says 55 cards. So you can pull out your, pick which one of your 3 main characters you want to play as, Deadpool, Colossus, or Evil Deadpool. Pull out your tokens, and then shuffle it up and you can play a game. Or you can, if you already have assuming you already have the base set, you can mix with those Underworld characters. Or if you've got other expansions, combine it with those. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.